workout, but let's go and head over to our mat. We're going to start standing today. So when you're ready, join me. Stand with the length of the mat out in front of you. We're going to work through some roll downs and then walk out to plank. So it's a chin to chest to start, rolling all the way down. Nice and slow to start today. It's cold here. It's early in Perth. Good. When we're down at the bottom here, let's go ahead and take a nice big inhale breath. And on the exhale, start to peel your body all the way back up, stacking your vertebra one at a time, all the way to standing here. Good. Let's go for another one like that. We'll meet at the bottom this time. So it's a chin to chest. Roll yourself all the way down. Beautiful. Hanging down here. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And on the exhale, let's start to walk our hands out onto the mat to find ourselves in a high plank position. Good. Nice long line from the top of your head down to your heels. Good. And then pike the hips up nice and high. Start to walk your hands all the way back into your feet. Soft bend through the knee and roll yourself all the way up. Beautiful. Another one just like that, rolling all the way down. Good. When you hit the bottom, let's just go ahead and walk those arms straight out. Good. Maybe this time drop the knees down, sink the hips towards the mat and find yourself in a cobra stretch. Eye gaze goes up. Good. One more here. Let's go ahead and pike those hips up to the sky and start to walk ourselves all the way back in. But let's not roll up this time. Let's just hang about at the bottom here. Good. Maybe start to stretch and bend one leg at a time to release through the back of those legs. Nice. Just for another 5. In 3, we'll walk out to plank. 2, 1. Slowly walk those hands all the way back up to a plank position. Good. And let's just go ahead and hold it here. Good. If you can, drop your bottom down so that you're nice and in line from your head down to your feet. If you need to drop your knees down at this point, that's absolutely fine. We're just going to go for a static hold here. Good. So 3, 2, 1. If your knees aren't already dropped, drop them down now. Let's come into a 4-point kneel. I am going to reluctantly take off my jumper now. It's a 4-point kneel. Our hands are under our shoulders, knees are under our hips here. Let's all open up through our screen arm. Hand goes all the way up to the ceiling. Eye gaze comes along for the ride. Big inhale at the top, and on the exhale breath, let's start to thread that arm behind the mat, the hand that's on the mat, and drop that shoulder down to the mat if you can. Inhale at the bottom, and on the exhale, pressing through that hand that's on the mat to lift and reach that hand all the way back up to the top. Good. Placing it down on the mat underneath that shoulder, ready to lift through the other side. It's a press through that right hand to reach all the way up. Eye gaze goes with it. And on the exhale, thread the needle, dropping that whole arm down so that your shoulder is down on the mat. Inhale here at the bottom, and on the exhale, press into that hand, lift all the way up, and then place that hand down on the mat. Let's get into it, team. We're going to start on our hands and knees. We're just going to work through a push-up variation here. So we're just going to drift our body forward slightly. Good. Lower down towards the mat, taking your face down towards the mat. Press through both palms and then rock back to that start position. It's a float forward and melt down into the mat, hovering your face just off if you can. Press through both hands and then reset back to that 4-point kneel. Good. Beautiful. It's another 5 seconds here. Maybe one more full push-up. Good. The next time you come down, let's go ahead and just hover that face off the mat. Can you give me tiny little lift and lowers here, if it's available to you? If you need to send your hips further back towards your feet to make this successful, then do so for another 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit all the way back onto those heels. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to come down onto our left forearm to start today. We're going to work through some legs. So we're going to start today working through our hydrant, and we're going to go for a static hold. So it's our left forearm down on the mat to start. We're in a 4-point kneel. We're going to go ahead and open that right leg out to the side and hold it there for a static hold. Good. Pressing into that forearm that's on the mat here. Nice work. Just holding it nice and still for another 3, 2. Let's pulse it out. Can we go for a little lift and lower with that whole leg? Good. Keeping that ankle in line with the knee the whole time. Here just for another 5 seconds before this turns into a circle. In 3, 2, 1. Drop that knee down towards the other. And let's go ahead and make the biggest circle we can now with that knee. Good. Lifting up and around. Trying to make the biggest circle that you can here. About 5 in each direction. Make this your last one before you take it around the other side. Good. Let's reverse the direction that circle is going now. Good. Here for another 3, 2, 1. Good. From here, let's come all the way down now onto our side. So just drop that left hip down onto the mat. Good. Those that did just jump onto the call, just make sure you've got a set of hand weights or a set of cans handy. We may need them later on in the workout, and we have an optional layer with them in this exercise. So if you've not got them already, go ahead and grab them. From here, we're going to go ahead and externally rotate that top foot now. Let's go ahead and flex that foot. Toes are up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to go ahead and bend that leg in to your chest and then send it away. Good. It's a bend and a press. It's an inhale to bend and an exhale to press. Good. If you'd like to spice it up a little bit here, go ahead and reach for one of those cans and take that hand up to the ceiling here. Good. If you'd like to come with me each time that knee bends, can you wave that hand down towards the back of your mat and then straight back up to the ceiling? Good. Think about closing that gap between the ribs and the hip here as we work through this froggy press. Here just for another 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, hold it long. Good. Can you just give me lift and lowers through that leg, taking those toes up to the ceiling this time. Just keeping that hand lifted to the ceiling, pressing into that left hand palm that's on the mat for another 3, 2, 1. Ooh, send it down to the mat. Drop that hand now, and then come to a full side lying position. Both legs are going to go long. For a lot of you, I think you know where we're going here. We're going to go for a double leg lift off of the mat and lower it back down. Good. Press into that palm that's on the mat to lift those legs and lower back down. Good. It's an exhale to press and inhale to lower. Beautiful. We're not going to stay here for too long, don't worry. In 5 seconds, let's go ahead and lift those legs all the way up off the mat. In 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to slowly scissor these legs. Beautiful. Trying to get as much distance between both of your straight legs here as you can, and making sure that they're crossing over when your legs are at their longest point. Crossing over in the middle. Good. Really using your breath, inhaling a nice big inhale through your nose. And exhale through pursed lips. Good. Just another 5, 3, 2, 1. Don't go anywhere. Lift it all the way up. It's a static hold. Can you lift it any higher? Good. For 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. All right, from here, we're going to come onto our belly. We're going to make a diamond with our hands on the mat, and our face is going to press right on top of the diamond that we've made with our hands. Good. Pressing into your palms that are on the mat, keeping your elbows connected to the mat. Can you lift your chest up nice and high? Good. And then slowly return back down, having your forehead pressed onto the mat. Inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, press into those palms, keeping the elbows down, lifting your chest up. Eye gaze looks at the ceiling. Good. Slowly come all the way back down. Good. This is the move for now. Let's start to work through this at a pace that feels good in your body today, lifting all the way up and melting all the way back down. Maybe trying to lift that chest up a little bit further each time before slowly melting back into the mat. We'll just stay here for another 5 seconds, just like this. Maybe the next time you lift that chest all the way up, can you hold it there? Good. Eye gaze to the ceiling. Can we go ahead and lift our elbows all the way up here, keeping our palms on the mat, and then lower back down. So I want you to keep your whole midsection heavy on the mat. Your ribs should be connected to the mat the whole time. We're lifting our arms like we're flapping our wings and lowering it back down to the mat. Everything else stays still. We're just lifting and lowering those elbows. Zach?
Yeah.
This, okay. My model's not modeling. In another 3, 2, meet me with those elbows lifted. 1, good. Can we go for little pulses here, up and down? Good, lifting that chest up a little bit further each time for another 3, 2, 1. Hold it up and slowly melt all the way back down. From here, we're just going to change the position of our hands. So we're going to take our hands out nice and wide. This will be familiar to a few people. This has been in this week's programming. Our hands are nice and wide. We're making the letter W with our hands and our head. We're going to go ahead and press through both palms that are on the floor. Again, lifting your chest up nice and high. Keeping your elbows down on the floor the whole time, and then lower all the way back down. Good. It's a press through the palms to lift. And inhale to come all the way back down. Good. Trying to lift that chest up a little bit higher each time. And lower all the way back down. Give me 2 more just like this. Last one here. Lift and hold it there. Good. Let's go ahead and transfer our weight into our elbows now, lifting our hands off the floor. Can you place your hands down on the mat? Good. And then lift your hands and place them back on the floor. So keeping your elbows anchored the whole time. We're just working through moving those hands to the floor on the outside and then twisting onto the mat. Keeping your chest lifted up nice and high the whole time. Good. We're here just for another 5. In 3, meet me with those arms wide. 2, 1, pressing into those palms that are on the floor. Maybe lift the elbows up. Can you lift that chest any higher? For 3, 2, 1. Good. Coming all the way back down. Beautiful work, team. We're going to move on from here. We're going to go straight onto the other side to work through that fire hydrant and inner thigh work on the other side. So we're going to come down onto our right forearm. Good. Knees underneath our hips here. We're down on our right forearm and our left hand is on top of our right hand on the mat. Good. It's an inhale to prepare here. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and lift that leg all the way up to the side, keeping our knee and ankle in line, horizontal to the floor. We're just going to hold it here for a static hold. Don't forget to breathe, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out through pursed lips. In 3, this will turn into pulses. 2, 1, can we work through tiny lift and lowers through that leg now? Good, pressing into that elbow that's on the mat to lift up and out of that right shoulder. Here just for another 3, 2, 1, bringing it all the way down. Let's go ahead and turn this into a circle. So we're going to bring that knee up and around to make the biggest circle that you can with that thigh bone in that hip. Good, we're going to work for 5 in each direction. Give me 1 more here. Beautiful, let's take it back the other way now. Good. For another 3, 2, 1, bring it all the way down. We're going to come dropping that hip down onto the mat now, ready to work through that froggy press. It's a long left leg. Our toes are flexed up towards the ceiling. Our top hand is to our hip at this stage. It's a bend through the top leg, extends to the end of the mat. Good. Bending that knee to bring the knee towards the chest and then send it away, keeping those toes flexed towards the ceiling the whole time. Good. If you'd like to add on, you can go ahead and reach for that hand weight and work through this whole thing with that hand lifted. Nice. Pressing through that right elbow to lift up and out of that side waist away from the mat. Good. Each time that knee bends now, let's go for a wave down to the end of the mat and then wave back up to the ceiling. Good. Really think about zipping closed the ribs to the hips here. Really taking away that space between these 2 bones, your rib and your hip. Uncoordinated there for a second. Good. Here just for another 5 seconds. In 3, meet me with that leg long. 2, 1, hand goes to the ceiling, the leg is long. Let's work through these externally rotated pulses. Taking that toe up to the ceiling here. Beautiful. Here just for another 5 seconds. Don't forget to breathe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it all the way down. Drop that weight. Coming all the way down onto that arm now. Ready to work through this this inner thigh work. It's a double leg lift off the mat and lower it back down. Good. Press through the palm that's on the mat to lift those legs and lower them back down. Think about keeping your top leg heavy and you're driving this movement using your bottom leg. Yeah? I know some will be thinking, well, it's just magic that both legs are lifting off the ground. Good. The next time both legs lift off the ground, hold it there. It's a slow scissor. Good. We're taking one leg to the front of the mat, one leg to the back, keeping them nice and straight here. When that under leg goes to the back, try and get it a little bit further each time. Nice. Just another 5. In 3, meet me with them together. 2, 1, lift them off the mat. It's a static hold. For 3, can you lift them any higher? 2, 1, good. Bring it all the way down. Well done, team. We are going to go ahead and grab our hands in both hands now, and we're going to come into a low kneel. Take a sip of water if you need to, but if not, let's go ahead and move straight on. So it's a kneeling to start. We've got our cans in our hands. So I've got balls today and they're heavier than my cans, so I'm a little bit scared. We're going to go ahead and keeping our elbows tight into our side waist. So when we're working through this movement, I don't want you to be bringing your elbows past your ribs. Yeah, this is where we finish the movement. So it's as if you're holding a tray of food. From here, I want you to press both weights up to shoulder height and then bend all the way back into your sides. Good. It's a lift through both weights and a lower back into your sides. Beautiful. If this is feeling pretty good for you, let's go straight ahead and add a low to high kneel here. So it's a high kneel to take those hands to shoulder height and then bend through both to reset. It's a lift and a lower. Good. Maybe using that exhale to lift and an inhale to bend and reset. Good. In 5 seconds, we're going to add on. The next time you're in that high kneel, the arms are out in front, hold it there. Good. Let's go for a double straight arm sweep down by our sides. Good. Lift them all the way back up to shoulder height and then bend through the arms, bend through the knee. Good. All the way up, sweep down through a straight arm, sweep up and bend it in. This is the movement. Work through this at a pace that feels good for you today. Cycling that breath. Inhale, exhale to lift. Inhale to sweep down. Exhale to sweep up and inhale to bend and prepare. Good. Last full one, just like this. The next time you come to that high kneel, hold it there. Let's just work through these sweeps down, back up to shoulder height. Good. Here just for another 5. In 3, meet me with those arms lifted in front of your shoulders. 2, 1, hold it there. Can we work through tiny pulses here? Up and down, up and down. Good. For another 3, hold it in front. 2, 1, don't go anywhere. Keeping those hands lifted out in front, let's go for a hinge at the knee. We're going to take that whole body back and then drive through the knees to lift. Good. Push your shins away to come back to a high kneel. Good. Really thinking about keeping a nice straight line through the front of your pants here. We're not hinging at the hip, we're hinging at the knee. The difference is this. This would be a hinge at the hip, yeah? We're wanting to take our whole body with it. It's not easy. Good. Let's add a little arm wave to the letter T each time we come back up, back in front to hinge back. Whew, it's getting spicy.
These 2 kilos are heavy.
Zach never thought a 2 kilo dumbbell would be so heavy.
Oh.
Good, we'll coordinate the movements now. So we're going to reach forward to hinge back, out to the side to come all the way back up to kneeling. Inhale to reach those arms forward, hinge back. Exhale to take them out to the side. Good. For another 3, 2, hinge it back and hold. Good. Static hold here. Let's go ahead and wave these arms out to the side. Good. Can you hinge back any further? Good. For another 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way up. Punch those thighs out. That's a spicy one, I know it. All right, we're going to take those hand weights with us now. We're on our final exercise. We're going to come all the way down to laying on the mat. We're going to be laying on our back. Legs are going to float into tabletop. Our hand weights are going to press straight up towards the ceiling here. And we're going to go straight for a chest fly, opening both hands out to the side to hover those weights off the mat and then return them back in front of your shoulders. Soft bend through the elbows here as we work through these flies. Good. If you'd like to add on, let's go ahead and add a single leg extension each time these arms go out to the side and bring it all back in to reset. Good. Use that inhale breath to extend and an exhale to lift back and reset. In 3 more seconds, let's all hold our left leg extended. The next time that left leg is extended, hold it there. Good, we're going to go for a wave. We're going to wave a straight leg up to the ceiling. Our arms are going to circle down to our hips. We're going to circle back out to the letter T, up the leg goes long, and then bring it back in front of the shoulders to reset. It's an extension. It's a wave. Waving back out to the letter T, leg goes long, bring it back in. Good. Arms go wide, leg goes long. Arms sweep down to the hip, foot goes high. Sweep it back down to the end of the mat, arms to the T, and bring it back in to reset. Good. This is the move. Working here now at a pace that feels good to you today. There's 4 movements here to complete the exercise. It's an extend, arms go out to the side. We sweep up, our hands go down to our hips. Sweep the arms back out wide, leg goes long, and bring it back in. Good. Inhale, exhale, inhale, prepare. Beautiful. We've just got another 5 seconds here. If it's available to you, let's go ahead and try this in a double leg. If it's not for you, leave it behind. Keep working through this single leg. But we are on the home stretch, team. We have got 20 seconds left of class today. Give it a go. Beautiful. The next time those legs go long, hold it there, arms out to the side. Can we just flutter? Go for a little lift and lower through those legs, pressing that lower back into the mat here for another 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it all the way in. Get rid of those weights. Hug those knees into your chest. Big inhale breath here. And then exhale to empty out all of that air from those lungs. Another big one, just like that. And when we're ready, let's come all the way up to seated. No time to stretch today, team. Make sure you make some time in your day to send back some love in your body and have a good stretch. We've done really well making sure there's so many of you that have already completed your 5 classes for the week. So be kind to your bodies. Make sure that you're eating well, you're drinking a lot of water, and that you're stretching. Enjoy your weekend. So nice to see you all. And as usual, any questions, comments, or feedback, please don't be afraid to reach out to us. Have a great weekend. Nice to see you all. Bye.